The attention of world football is on CAF as they deliver their ruling on the botched 2025 AFCON qualifier involving the Super Eagles and Libya. The hostage situation the Super Eagles found themselves in Libya 2 weeks ago was a major international news item, and attention is now on the verdict of the Continental Football Ruling Body. On Tuesday, CAF President Patrice Motsepe, in an address to the CAF General Assembly in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, spoke tough against countries hostile to visiting teams while stressing on the need for good sportsmanship. Joining us now is Amaju Pinnick, former NFF chairman. He will also comment on the scrapping of the Ministry of Sports by the recent reshuffling of President Tinubu's cabinet. Good morning, Mr. Pinnick. Welcome to the morning show.
Thank you for having me again and again.
Well, let's start at home. Well, both are at home anyway, relevant issues. The National Sports Commission. I was saying that, in fact, the National Sports Commission predated the Ministry of Sports because it was established by decree in 1971. Now, first about that, this reversion to the old practice, the days of Isaac Akiuye and all those people. Now, the man who has been put there, Malam Shehu Dikko, was your second vice president. He's also in CAF. He's also on some committees, I think, in FIFA. And you've been quoted as saying, oh, he's the best choice since the invention of toothpaste. So we would like you to tell us more about him. And then you represented Nigeria at the CAF discussions about Nigeria versus Libya crisis. And you were saying sportsmanship, not gamesmanship, where the Arabs are supporting their own people. I hope you went there too to say CAF must support Nigeria. Those two issues, quickly.
Yeah, let me take the first one. Regarding the CAF decision on the Nigeria-Libya, ethically, it will be subjudice, and I'll be prejudiced to say anything. So it's still there. But one thing I want to say is that CAF is taking this issue very, very critically. If you know Patrice Motsepe, you know that he personifies integrity and Pan-Africanism. And it's something that is very serious. We deliberated on it in our council meeting or the executive committee meeting. I did not officially represent Nigeria in the disciplinary board, but it was a subject of intense discussion in our council, in our executive committee meeting. We pointed out the fact that, this is very serious, and it's very, very serious because anything would have happened, and we will not be sitting here today as CAF executive committee members. And like I said, I don't want to be subjudice, because there is in the disciplinary committee is handling it. Whatever I say, as an executive committee member, but I can tell you that CAF is taking it very, very seriously. Today, tomorrow, they will get the final result, and like I said, it's been handled very, very, very seriously. I'm not leaving any stone unturned. Then coming to Shehu Dikko, Shehu Dikko has been prime condition for this assignment. We can imagine in 2000 and 2003, Shehu Dikko and I, we've gone all over the world in terms of trying to acquire knowledge, Football Expo, the BDS sponsorship conference, the Barbican. We've toured this world in search of knowledge for sports development and sports administration. As president of Nigerian Ball Federation, excuse me, there were 4 people that were like my enablers. They were my pillars, and that, you see, whatever success you could record in my stay in 4 years, 8 years, number 1 was Shehu Akiuye, 2, Shehu Dikko, 3, Ibrahim Gusso, and 4, and very critically, Dr. Sanusi Mohammed. And I'm happy, it's like my team. It's not everybody that must be in government to work for them. But what I know is Shehu Dikko is going to definitely make a difference because his prime is conditioned for that job. And let me say something, it's not just saying that we are creating a sports commission. When I became chairman of Delta State Sports Commission, that was a genuine rebirth of sports development in Delta State. And that's why it's not a fluke to tomorrow, because Delta State became number 1 in everything. Why? Because it's not just for political expediency or for political reasons you are creating a sports commission. You are creating a sports commission because you want to look at the economy. It's an industry that the government the government should take very seriously. And I mean, first I want to commend very genuinely from the depth of my soul the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for making this possible. Next week in Ibadan, I'll be delivering a lecture. I'm the guest lecturer in the stadium maintenance and critical infrastructure. Okay. And what I've advocated, putting this together, was the Sports Commission. And today, we are going to be having the National Sports Commission. The government should, please, create the enabling environment. One, is not everybody that must be the executive chairman or the chairman of the Sports Commission. We can share ideas. Right. As for me, I will happily, I've spoken to Shehu, I've spoken to Ibrahim, I've spoken to all of them, work in harmony in ensuring that we deliver that goods.
All right. Sorry, we're so pressed for time. But two quick things. You speak so glowingly about the Sports Commission, but there are mixed reactions to it. Some people are of the opinion that it's a loss to the sports industry in Nigeria not to have a Ministry of Sports and just have a Sports Commission. What's your take on this? And then the second thing for me would then be, you already talked about sharing ideas. What are some of the quick things? In your statement released after his appointment, you said, oh, he has the right template to raise the sports industry to where we have been hoping it would be. What would that look like?
Let me tell you quickly, there's what's called the quick impact projects. Of course, which means that we need to qualify for every event that we need to, the Olympics, the Commonwealth, those are the quick impact. Then, of course, the middle impact is to look at the stadium infrastructure, which is very critical. You cannot create a sports commission and they don't have where to work. And I give you an example. If, for example, the 36 states plus FCT, if they have let me say the basic requirement of stadium, and each have 4 training sites, that will give you 148 training sites. Imagine 100 youth playing in those stadia. That's 12,800 youth to be playing every day. Just imagine the numbers of them that will be like the Saka of tomorrow, the number of them that would have been those militants. So it's something that I believe we are going to work in harmony in ensuring that we create an economy that will not only impact on just the athletes, textile, jerseys. Nigeria, we have 200 million people. Okay. We can have one, you have textiles, you have manufacturing, you have hospitality. It's a whole gamut of of an industry. And it will also impact in this government in terms of GDP. It's not just concentrated on oil and other areas. Sports is a critical infrastructure. Okay. Let me tell you something. Yeah. The chairman of the English FA, every week he sits with the government and they ask him, oh, there's no problem. Because if there's problem, it's going to affect usually the GDP of the British.
I quickly want to ask you.
The Commission already answered that conversation around Ministry of Sports not being
no, listen, Sports Commission is a professional. Let me explain. It's a professional wing of sports. Ministry can be political, which means you can bring anybody just to pacify politically. But Sports Commission is peopled by technocrats. And my idea of Sports Commission is you have the chairman, you have 6 members from the 6 geopolitical zones. You look at the zones with their comparative advantage. It's not every zone. For example, if you look at the North Central zone, athletics, long distance race. If you look at Southwest, Lagos boys, fine boys, table tennis, lawn tennis, athletics, a bit of football. South, you have cycling because of the topography. Then you have athletics. It's like that. And we have everything, we have everything in this country. We just need that head that will streamline, build, nurture, and we start getting podium appearances. So congratulations, Shehu, and your team. And I believe you gave us the best.
Shehu is not going to knock heads with Guso, owing to the fact that they were competitors in the last NFF election.
Shehu ran with me. Shehu ran against me in 2014. But guess what? Shehu became one of my best allies. I'm telling you, Shehu is bigger than that. We work as a team. Sorry, whether you like it or not, I'm the head of that team. So we work as a team to ensure that this appointment that we have gotten, we want to prove to Nigeria that we can get the right things done.
Talk about your own elections coming up soon. quickly.
Well, it's a tough call, but we are working. I've visited about almost 26 African countries, and by God's grace, it's looking good, even though there are changes in the rules. But, we'll try our best. It's an election, you brace up for whatever happens, but I believe I'm still going to be a member of the council. And the signs are there, unless otherwise, but we thank God for everything.
Okay. Well, on that note, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us on The Morning Show.